working on an authenticity framework. How does one learn to be authentic so that I can teach it? And I think it starts with intention. Because there's a lot of things that we don't know how to do that if you don't know how to do something, it's hard to know how to start learning to do something. You just don't know how to do it, so how would you know where to start? And I think that the first step should be setting the intention for whatever it is. So authenticity, if you don't know how to be authentic, you can just set the intention that I want to be authentic. And then what that means is you then start to bring that intention to everything you do. That's what it's got to be. You have to start to see the world through that filter, through that lens of authenticity. And when you're thinking about saying something, think, okay, what's authentic for me to say right now? When you're thinking about doing something, what's authentic for me to do? And then you need to do it. Because when you ask that question, when you ask the question of what is authentic right now, you'll get an answer. You have to be listening for the answer, but the answer will come. And for me, how it works a lot is I'll just talk to myself. I'll say, okay, what's authentic for me right now? And like my authentic self will answer back to me. And I'll hear it in my mind, or I'll see the answer written out. And then I have to do it. Like that gets me in touch with my intuition. And I can feel it when it's the right answer. And then what I feel I need to do. That's authentic. And then that becomes a cycle, that becomes a behavior, becomes a habit. You start to learn how to tap into that and how to feel when you're on that path, and then you just start doing that. But you have to trust it. That's such a key part of the whole thing. You have to trust what your intuition tells you. You have to observe. You have to put the question out, okay, what is authentic, and then be observing what comes back. And what you observe, you have to recognize, you have to acknowledge it to yourself. Okay, what I'm seeing is my intuition is telling me to do this. And then you need to do it. You need to have faith to do it. Because if you stop there, if you get scared and you don't do it, then it stops. Then you have to start over again. But the thing is, you have to trust your intuition. You have to trust the universe, right? Because if you don't, then your intuition will see that you don't trust it and it'll stop talking to you. So you have to get in touch with it, and you have to stay in touch with it. So intention is incredibly important. Intention is everything. There have been so many times when I've not known how to get from point A to point B, but I set the intention. And then when I set the intention, like the next step comes to me from that intention. The intention gives birth to something. And then I take that step, and then something else reveals itself to me. And then it's like dominoes. It keeps going. It takes a lot of courage to do that when you're doing something you've never done before, or when you're learning to trust your intuition. But once you have learned to trust it and you've seen that you can trust it, it becomes fun. You start asking questions, and it's like, okay, where is this going to lead me? This is going to lead me to a new discovery, a new adventure. I can ask questions that I'm afraid to ask. I'm going to open up a door here and see what happens. Life is an adventure, and I'm going to explore.